Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Office Bloke Aidan.
Here we are on the Sports Edition. Give us a like and subscribe if your sports is for you. We were chatting the other day, watching some pitches, watching curveballs, and we're asking about if you hold the ball in different ways, is it work? Is that how it works?
Yeah, like how is it?
Seams,
how is it?
fingers, don't know how it's. How does it work? And I'm not sure if someone sent me this. I think they did. What is the difference between pitches and why there's so many?
I mean, I can guess why there's so many. Just throw the batsman off.
Yeah, absolutely. But I guess this is going to show us how the pitches work.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. From the MLB channel, so let's get into it.
What was that? Seriously, what pitch was that? One goes this way, one goes that way, one goes like that, another's doing this. And batters only have 150 milliseconds to identify the pitch and decide whether to swing. That's half as long as it takes.
150 milliseconds. I guess like she's trying to make it sound as short as possible with milliseconds.
I think she's going to say that. It takes us about something to blink, is it?
To blink, but it's the difference between this.
That ball is way gone.
And this.
Swing and a miss, and breaks his bat.
So, quick question. What is the difference between all these pitches? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pitch School. Let's get into it. There are 4 basic types of pitches, and each has a unique way of challenging a batter. Fastballs use speed. Changeups are all about timing. Breaking balls rely on movement, and knuckleballs, we'll come back to those. First up, good old number 1, the heater, cheddar, gas. The fastball.
This ball completely blown by him.
The goal of the fastball is, it's pretty self-explanatory. A pitcher throws the ball as fast as he can, trying to blow by the batter.
Then he fires another flaming fastball.
The fastball was the original pitch, and it just kept getting faster. The current record is 105 miles per
I was
hour.
just going to ask that.
But pitchers threw heat even before the radar gun gave us an accurate number. And they had to get pretty creative in how they measured. By some accounts, Bob Feller hit triple digits in the 1940s. And speed isn't the fastball's only weapon. While they mostly go straight, how you throw it can give it just a little bit of movement. The classic 4-seamer is the straightest and thrown the hardest. Then there's the cutter and the 2-seamer. These guys move horizontally, just in opposite directions, and are known for producing plenty of firewood.
Cutting in and taking apart that bat.
Finally, there's fastballs that drop, the sinker and splitter. The difference is in the grip, but the goal is the same. Ugly swings in the dirt and easy ground ball outs.
Grounder to short, should be a double play. It is.
Even though all these pitches move a few inches in different ways, they're...
I guess it also matters when you're throwing it. If you're putting a different spin on it, is when it comes off the bat. Is that what she just referred to when it says a lot of them go ground out?
I don't know what you mean.
So if you're throwing it and you're holding it in a certain way, when they've shown them 2 pitches there where they're holding it against the seam, one of them was just spinning like crazy, like in the same direction, and the other one, the seam, and it dipped. So imagine the one that's spinning crazy, if that hits the bat, it might pop up because it's spinning like that.
Right.
It's like when you hit a spin ball in cricket, when the ball comes to you, if you've got to block it, if you do it with a flush bat, the ball will go up in the air off the spin. If it's an off spin, if it's a leg spin, it'll go to the side, won't it? Or the side, whatever your leg's on.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm thinking that's the same. When it hits the bat, it's going to go in a different direction.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
It's probably the aim.
all still fastballs.
He struck him out. Look at Freeman. He smashed his bat in half.
The fastball is the original pitch in baseball, and it remains the best. If you can throw it north of 98, you don't have to worry too much about your other pitches.
Take Nathan Patterson. Nathan went to a Rockies game last year as a fan, but after hitting 96 on the Stadium Speed Challenge, the Oakland A's offered him a contract.
What?
Whether it sinks, cuts, or blazes its way through. In 2019, 58% of pitches were fastballs. It's number one for a reason. Okay, next up, the yin to fastball's yang, the changeup. Maybe the sneakiest weapon in a pitcher's arsenal.
He kept swinging harder and harder, and Santana just kept taking more and more off.
The goal of the changeup is to throw off a hitter's timing. If they're expecting a 99-mile-per-hour fastball and it comes in at 75, they're going to swing way in front of it.
In the 1850s, Harry Wright came in and delivered a ball that looked like a fastball but came up slow. And this was the change of pace. It preceded the curveball in the many attempts by pitchers to deceive batters.
The greater difference between the speed of your fastball and your changeup, the harder it is to hit. Pedro Martinez was one of the best to ever do it. He could dial his fastball up to 97, and then he'd throw his changeup at 77 miles per hour. When a hitter only has half a blink to react, he'd get a lot of whiffs.
Back in the day, I was throwing 98. Now I'm not the power pitcher that I was before. So in 2009, I proved my changeup. It was my best pitch. I put my middle finger in the middle of the two seams, and then I throw it as hard as I can. And I was throwing it, and then, came out really good. And then start striking out lefty, righty. It was like, this is it. This is my pitch.
He got it! A perfect game by the King, Felix Hernandez!
Lots of pitchers have put their spin on the changeup, but no pitch is slower than the ephus. The name comes from the Hebrew word for zero and was invented in the 1940s by Rip Sewell.
Take a look at the height of that pitch.
The goal, a gentle lob. And somehow it works. Time and time again. Next up, the hook. Uncle Charlie. The bender, the hammer, aka the breaking ball.
That curveball is nasty.
A breaking ball is any pitch that primarily relies on movement to deceive the batter, like a curveball.
I just have to, that Phillies outfit, that retro Phillies outfit.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's the best one I've seen, I think.
Best one ever.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
To the batter, a curveball looks like it's going straight. Then at the last microsecond, it drops off the table.
It looks like a strike, but as it travels the bottom out of it.
Let's talk about spin. The seams on a baseball are raised just 0.03 inches off the surface. When a pitcher spins the ball, that seam causes air to gather on one side of the baseball, creating a high-pressure pocket above and a low-pressure pocket below. So the ball drops into the low-pressure pocket, meaning it moves. And the greater the spin, the greater the movement. This seems pretty complicated, but 17-year-old Jim Creighton figured it out when he threw the first breaking pitch all the way back in 1858. Breaking balls have been making hitters look foolish ever since. But the two most common breaking balls thrown today are the curveball, which drops down, and the slider, which drops down and slides across. But with all breaking balls, the key is deception.
You gotta throw it like a fastball, honestly. The more you can throw it like a fastball and get comfortable throwing it like a fastball, you'll be successful because it's all about making the hitter believe it's something that it's not.
Now, there's a whole other branch to the breaking ball family tree. Illegal pitches. Remember how the raised seam on the baseball creates movement? Well,
I was just going to ask about this before. We have people who pick the seam. It's illegal in cricket, but they pick the seam to get more turn on it. And things like, I'm wondering if that's how they rub sand on it, on the ball, on the dark side of the ball. So I'm wondering if they do the same on baseballs, whether they pick the seam and try and raise the seam on a baseball, because they use so many different balls, don't they? It's constant new ball all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas in cricket, it's the same ball. You use the same ball, don't you, for so many overs, sort of thing. So I'm wondering if that's the case, if that's what she's going to get into, or putting something on it, like if you've got grease on your head and you wipe the grease off your head and put it on the ball, Don't know, whatever it may be.
doctoring a baseball, rubbing it with a little emery board, or putting some pine tar or spit on it can make the movement of a breaking ball even more extreme. All of these have been illegal since the 1920s. But pitchers can find ways to be sneaky. Finally, the outcast of the pitching world, the literal oddball, the butterfly with hiccups, the knuckleball.
No
The
movement
weirdest
from that ball,
pitch in baseball and possibly the most misunderstood.
Like
the ball's not moving.
In the air. It's
just
moving,
it's in the air.
it's
not spinning. It's just going straight like that, but they're moving like that.
It's like
the reason why it's called a knuckleball is that when you throw it, you see your knuckles up here. When the ball wants to spin backwards out of your...
Is that where it's come from? Because we call it a knuckleball in football.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
It's not going to...
I think
you don't look at your knuckles before that.
No, but that's knuckleball comes from that, but it's the way it pitches, moves like that.
Does it come from baseball then?
Must do, yeah.
hand as you're releasing it. The object is to control the top half of the ball so it comes out without any spin.
Nothing.
Spin. Here we go again. Remember, breaking balls use spin to move in specific ways. But when you take that spin away, it becomes totally unpredictable.
Yeah.
Even the pitcher doesn't know where it's going. Or the catcher.
Got him, but it gets away.
A good knuckler on a good day, it's unhittable. But a bad one usually ends up in the seats. The knuckleball has become borderline mythical. No one sets out to become a knuckleballer.
I tell people the knuckleball kind of found me, right? I was drafted in the 8th round by the Pirates as a first baseman. I struggled badly. So in 1989, I was playing catch with another first baseman, throwing knuckleballs back and forth to each other. We're trying to hit each other in the kneecaps. My manager walked behind me and said, "Hey, I didn't know you could do that."
Yeah, pregame catch turned a mediocre first base prospect into a 19-year pitching career.
Wow.
But it gets weirder. The only people who can teach this fickle pitch? Former knuckleballers. Tim Wakefield learned from the great Charlie Huff.
He put his arm around me, he said, "Welcome to the fraternity, kid. Ask me whatever you want. I'm here for you. I know what it's like. You feel like you're on an island by yourself, so you've got me on speed dial anytime you need anything." And I was able to pass that torch on to R.A. Dickey.
Sadly, the dark arts of the knuckler are disappearing. Only one knuckleballer threw in the bigs in 2019. But the knuckleball has been pronounced dead before, and always seems to find a way back.
It'll never die. I think it just goes to sleep for a little while, and then somebody else will come back and resurrect it. Don't ever give up on it.
Whew, okay. To recap, you've got your fastballs, speed, changeups, timing, breaking balls, movement, knuckleballs, unpredictability. Why so many pitches? Well, every pitcher has a different arsenal. Combinations of pitches that no one else uses or throws quite like they do. What works for one pitcher is totally different for another. With a million possible combinations of different grips, windups, releases, and spins, pitchers are inventing new pitches all the time. Take a look at this work of art. This is a churve.
That's the churve.
Debuted and named by Joey Lucchese in 2018, he's the only person who can throw it. He made it up himself. It's got the grip of a changeup and the release of a curve, but its movement is all its own.
That's sick.
Pitchers and pitches keep evolving. So let's try this again. 150 milliseconds on the clock? What pitch is that? Still can't tell? Just be grateful you're not in the batter's box.
Great video.
That was...
Yeah, very educational for us.
It was a bit more educational, yeah.
But it kind of gives us the same sort of aspects of how we use a cricket ball.
Yeah.
Because we use it very similar. What was you at cricket? Was you a batsman?
All-rounder, mate.
All-rounder?
Come on now.
Must have got that from me.
Well, no, when I did, I was like more like... I would probably bowl 5th or 6th. I'll probably the middleman for each type thing.
Right.
Like,
Right.
do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I was like number 5 in bats, and I'd pitch like a fair few innings.
Night watchman.
Yeah.
But that's it gives us a really good sort of like insight to how they pitch the baseballs. Because I was wondering, I guess what they didn't get on there, she may have brushed over it. But what I was saying is the spin on the ball would, if they do get back to it, whether it goes up in the air or grounds out. But with that one where they spin it, and she was saying it spins, I guess it was just a diagram that because it was spinning forward. Yeah. I'm not sure how you could throw a ball and spin it forward.
Yeah, I know, right?
You'd have to come out the back of your hand.
It does look like that though, because it's spinning.
You'd have to come out the back of your hand, wouldn't
it? When it's spinning forward. When
yeah,
it
but
dips,
how do you throw it to make it spin forward? Maybe off your thumb. Oh, well. You have to throw it so it come off your thumb. I don't know how you do that. That's a real tough. When you think about it, right?
If we got a baseball now, we couldn't throw. Wouldn't be able to throw anything other than a fastball, which wouldn't even be fast.
No, you'd probably get the net and have a go at throwing it to whatever speed you could throw.
Yeah.
I don't know. Your age,
it wouldn't even be accurate.
Your age, you should be throwing faster than what I would throw anyway.
Yeah, I reckon I would.
You would have think, yeah. But I don't know if we've got a speedometer. Maybe we can find somewhere where we can try that out.
You can buy a baseball
when the weather gets a bit warmer.
That like where you throw the baseball and it tells you on the baseball how fast it's going. I don't know how expensive it is though.
Oh, let's see if we can get one.
Yeah.
See how much it costs and see if we can get one. Because I'd like to have a go at that.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a go at pitching and see where I can get into the zone from the distance.
Yeah, it'd be
see
cool,
if I'm close to the zone.
I reckon
because we used to practice throwing at the wicket, so it's not real different.
Yeah, true. But you're throwing it like that.
No, that's bowling. When we were fielding, we'd throw like that.
Oh right, yeah. That's
so when we
true.
were fielding, I was like a square leg or something. I'd throw it back, at pace at the wicket. You would aim for the wicket, wouldn't you?
Pace, fastball, 105.
108. No, but I'd like to have a go at that, just to see how we did.
Yeah.
To see sort of like if we're in the, because obviously it's the same arm motion, so you taught that, but it's a different type of ball, I guess. So, but we'll have a go at it. Perhaps really educational. That. Thanks for whoever sent me it. I think I know who you are. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.